I'm T.W. Robinson. Welcome to LA Rider, Louisiana's #1 source for motorcycle lifestyles, travel, and adventure. So glad you're joining us again for our 18th season of LA Rider. This week, Amanda Jo takes a ride to Franklinton and the Sugar Shack, which serves up a whole lot more than just sweet treats. In our Dealer Spotlight segment, Tammy Arnder visits with the folks at Warhawk Harley-Davidson in Monroe and learns about a great event coming to Northeast Louisiana. Scotty Drake of the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign is here to talk about Motorcycle Awareness and Safety Month and a great ride coming up, which is going to make someone $1,000 richer. And Bob Courtney has the lowdown on Amanda Jo's Daytona Challenge and all the excitement from the first civilian rider competition of the year. All this and a whole lot more in this week's edition of LA Rider. So grab that throttle, hit the starter, and let's take a ride. Welcome to LA Rider. I'm T.W. Robinson. Amanda Jo spends a lot of time honing her riding skills and preparing for competitions. But like all of us, she occasionally needs a little wind therapy. And in a recent ride in the country, Amanda found a great place to get some really good food, too.
On a beautiful April morning, with the sun in the sky and a breeze in the air, I decided to take advantage of this perfect day and go for a ride. I left my home in Ponchatoula and hopped on LA 40 towards Folsom. Now, if you've ever been on this road, you know how peaceful and serene it can be in this rural terrain. It's a nice country road with plentiful farms and cows, but I think it should have been called the Azalea Trail, because at this particular time of year, every azalea bush around was in bloom, and we were in for a treat of natural beauty. Along this route, I rode by Folsom's Global Wildlife Center, which of course I had to take a small detour for. My love for animals is almost equivalent to the love for my own steel horse, but this will be a story for next time. As I continued on this morning's journey, the highway shifted to LA 25 and put me right alongside one of Louisiana's largest plant nurseries, situated on over 400 acres with 180 greenhouses. It's called Windmill Nursery, and it's really a sight to see if you ever get the chance to pass by. After an hour-long trek, I made it to the small town of Franklinton to eat at the Sugar Shack, a restaurant I've been anxious to try. The Sugar Shack began in 2000 by John Schilling, who used to be in the dairy industry. He says when the industry started to slow down, he had to find another source of income, and what better way than to serve those in his hometown with fresh, home-cooked meals in a local restaurant. Even further, he prides his restaurant with a mission to take care of those in need and goes by the policy, we never close. When Hurricane Ida passed through, the Sugar Shack was out of power for around 6 days and still stayed open to help during this hard time. Just incredible.
The food here is so good. The chicken, it just has an incredible taste. I've already made it through the mashed potatoes and the broccoli and cheese, but it's so good. What's a must-have when you come here? Special. What are you most proud of?
Probably our king cakes.
The king cakes?
Yeah, we run about 700 king cakes a day during January through, and we do them all the way through Easter. We don't do as many, after Mardi Gras is over, but that's one of our biggest drawing cards. We shipped them to 42 states.
Schilling states that the Sugar Shack is a popular motorcycle destination as they have multiple groups that come in every weekend.
And now for my favorite part, the dessert. They had a whole bunch to choose from, peach cobbler, a little Oreo pie, but the banana pudding is always my favorite. Yep, it's definitely the best. Wow.
After having such a wonderful meal, it was time to head back home. I would say a morning filled with a nice relaxing ride through the countryside, a high-quality restaurant destination, and home cooking like no other was a success. For LA Rider, I'm Amanda Jo.
Nothing like some wind therapy and good food to boot. Check out the Sugar Shack. Stay with us. More LA Rider is coming up right after the break.
LA Rider is brought to you by the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign, a 501c3 nonprofit organization exclusively dedicated to promoting motorcycle awareness and rider safety throughout Louisiana and the nation.
I didn't see him.
She just came out of nowhere.
God, what am I gonna do?
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us. See us. Watch for us.
See us.
Watch for us.
Save us.
Nearly two-thirds of all motorcycle fatalities are caused by distracted and inattentive drivers. Please, watch for motorcycles. Motocross? We've got it at G & Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. All the bikes, all the gear, and the expertise to help make you number one at the track. From beginner to expert, we've got just what you need at G & Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. Come see us today at G & Gonzalez, Louisiana's oldest family-owned power sports dealer, located in downtown Baton Rouge in the shadow of the state capitol.
Race on down to G & Gonzalez. Becoming number one starts here. We're waiting for you!
Improve your skills. Make U-turns with ease. Tighten your corners and ride with more confidence and greater control. Sign up now for Cajun Thunder's Motorcycle Skills Training Course taught by police instructor Mike Richard and Amanda Jo at Cajun Thunder's state-of-the-art facility in Ponchatoula. Take your riding skills to the next level with Cajun Thunder's Rider Advancement Training.
I didn't see him.
Watch for us.
She just came out of nowhere.
See us.
God, what am I gonna do?
Save us.
Please, watch for motorcycles. You might just save someone's life.
Want a high-quality used motorcycle delivered to your door with a money-back guarantee? At usedbikesdirect.com, you can choose from hundreds of high-quality American, Japanese, and European motorcycles. Just browse our website, pick your bike, get your financing, and arrange your trade-in, all from the comfort of your home. And we'll deliver it straight to your door for free, complete with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Buying a used motorcycle has never been easier or safer. Just go to usedbikesdirect.com and start shopping.
You know, when you come down I-20 in Northeast Louisiana, one of the landmarks here is Warhawk Harley-Davidson. Of course, I love coming by, especially as we're getting into riding season and seeing all these gorgeous bikes out here. And Emily Dupuy is here with me, and she's the general sales manager here at Warhawk. And tell me a little bit about what's going on. I mean, I know you're probably pretty excited about riding season, right?
Yeah, I'm very excited about the weather here lately, and we have a big event coming up on June 18th with the Children's Miracle Network, where they're going to do poker runs to all of the Walmarts, and that's going to be to help raise money for St. Jude's.
That's such a big deal for Harley-Davidson in general, but specifically for Warhawk, giving back to the community,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
We really enjoy giving back to the community because they support us and give back to us all the time.
Talk a little bit about you and your personal experience with a Harley. You're a rider yourself, aren't you?
I am. I have a 2020 lowrider. I love riding. I've put about 11,000 miles on it since I bought it 2 years ago. Love riding up to Arkansas and stuff like that.
A lot of good riding areas around here, isn't there?
Yes,
Yeah.
Beautiful roads, very scenic.
What do you tell other women riders or other women who may be interested but a little reluctant? Maybe they have a fear factor of getting on that bike. How would you encourage them?
You know, I just tell them about my riding experience and how I started out, and that I was very reluctant and I was scared as well, and just with experience and you know, keep on going and keep on trying. Even if you're nervous, it comes with time, and then you're 100% comfortable on your motorcycle.
And you take that motorcycle safety course. I'm telling you, that's what did it for me.
Yeah.
I had a boyfriend at the time. He taught me how to ride, but it was that motorcycle safety course that built my confidence up, and I knew I could get out on the road and be a safe rider and be able to take care of myself and handle that motorcycle.
Absolutely.
Emily, thank you so much for joining us. I always look forward to coming out here. So if you're in this area, then you need to come by Warhawk Harley-Davidson.
Thank you, Louisiana, for making Baton Rouge Harley the #1 dealer in the state 2 years running. Huge selection, low use prices here in Louisiana. Clearly marked with our no haggle price. Need payments, rates? Just ask. No filling out any paperwork. A warm welcome to our new owners, Rumble On. Need to sell your bike? It's easy at rumbleon.com. Upload a few pictures and you'll have a cash offer in minutes. Free pickup too. Baton Rouge Harley, serving Louisiana for over 20 years.
At Jandy Imports, we have everything for your ride. From high-quality leather jackets, vests, and chaps, to saddlebags, luggage, and riding boots. We have a large selection of helmets, too, and feature a full line of AmSoil and bike care products. At Jandy Imports, you'll find the area's largest selection of patches, all sewed on for you while you wait. You need it? We've got it. At Jandy Imports, the little store with the big inventory.
Come see us at Jandy Imports.
Improve your skills. Make U-turns with ease. Tighten your corners and ride with more confidence and greater control. Sign up now for Cajun Thunder's Motorcycle Skills Training Course, taught by Police Instructor Mike Richard and Amanda Joe at Cajun Thunder's state-of-the-art facility in Ponchatoula. Take your riding skills to the next level with Cajun Thunder's Rider Advancement Training. For more than 40 years, Robert Rad Leonard has provided South Louisiana motorcyclists with all their needs, from a showroom jam-packed with all the latest gear to a full-service shop featuring skilled technicians who handle everything from routine service to complete engine rebuilds. Rad Cycles also carries a huge selection of pre-owned models and has the area's largest inventory of used bike parts. For all your riding needs, do what South Louisiana motorcyclists have been doing since 1978. Go Rad. Rad Cycles. They're rider recommended. Looking for a trailer? Check out Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. At Mike's 2 Baton Rouge locations, you'll find a huge inventory of high-quality motorcycle trailers, boat trailers, cargo trailers, utility trailers, and custom-built trailers. Plus, the largest inventory of trailer parts and accessories in the area. Can't find that perfect trailer? Let Mike build one for you. Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. 2 locations in Baton Rouge to serve you. They're rider recommended.
Want a high-quality used motorcycle delivered to your door with a money-back guarantee? At usedbikesdirect.com, you can choose from hundreds of high-quality American, Japanese, and European motorcycles. Just browse our website, pick your bike, get your financing, and arrange your trade-in, all from the comfort of your home. And we'll deliver it straight to your door for free, complete with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Buying a used motorcycle has never been easier or safer. Just go to usedbikesdirect.com and start shopping.
May is Motorcycle Awareness Month, a time when we make a special effort to encourage all motorists to watch for motorcycles. Earlier this month, Governor Edwards issued an official proclamation declaring the entire month of May Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month, and reminding motorists that they should always be on the lookout for motorcycles and to respect their rights to the roadway. Scotty Drake of the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign is with us now. Scotty, motorcycle fatalities were up last year and they're not looking any better for 2022. What can we do?
Well, first of all, you're absolutely correct. According to the latest figures, motorcycle crash fatalities up 6% over the previous year. Too many motorists distracted or impaired. So all of us at the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign are redoubling our effort to prompt motorists to please watch for motorcycles through our radio and TV ads, billboards, bumper stickers, and especially our yard signs. Now, throughout the month of April, I crisscrossed the state of Louisiana distributing bundles of our yard signs to motorcycle dealerships. I mean, from New Orleans to Shreveport, from Lake Charles to Monroe. Nearly 2,000 of them. So that's nearly 2,000 MAC yard signs that can go into front yards and businesses to prompt motorists to please watch for motorcycles. And by the way, there's a complete list of all the places you can get a free MAC yard sign on our website, macorg.com, and click on blog.
Scotty, every May is Motorcycle Awareness Month, but it seems like when May is over, everyone forgets about it. What can we do to keep this in their minds for the entire year?
Well, the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign is beginning a new initiative that we like to call Make Every Month Motorcycle Awareness Month. And to that end, we're having a big event. Now, instead of starting the month with the big event, we're ending the month with the big event in the hopes that it'll roll over to the next month and the next month and the next month. And we call it the Motorcycle Awareness Ride. It'll take place, rain or shine, 9 a.m., Saturday, May 28th. It'll be open to all motorcycles, riders and passengers, but also cars and trucks and vans, open to absolutely everybody, and there's no fee to enter. Now, it's going to work similar to a poker run. You know how a poker run works. Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of like that. Our participants will start at GN Gonzalez on Chippewa Street and get their official ride card punched. Then they'll ride to the law offices of Dudley DeBosier on Government Street and get their ride card punched. Then take a nice long ride out to Hammond Harley-Davidson and get their card punched. And then back to Baton Rouge to friendly Honda on Airline Highway, and finally end up at Baton Rouge Harley-Davidson on Segan Lane, where we're going to collect all of the cards. Now, here's where it's different from a poker run. In a poker run, best hand wins. In our event, everybody is eligible. Everybody who's got a full card punched. We've got an awful lot of prizes, and somebody is going to walk away with $1,000 in cash. We're going to have free food, we'll have free drinks, music from the Eddie Smith Band, and it should be an awful lot of fun. And of course, the object of the game is to make Motorcycle Month every month. In addition, don't forget, pick up your yard signs. There's a complete list of where you can do that on our website, macorg.com, and click blog.
Well, I imagine there's going to be a big turnout if there's $1,000 at stake.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping.
Thanks, Scotty. Why not come out and support our effort to make every month Motorcycle Awareness Month? Join our awareness ride on the 28th. It costs nothing to participate, and you may ride home a very big winner. Stay with us. When we come back, we head to Daytona Beach.
Thank you, Louisiana, for making Hammond Harley the #1 dealer in the state for 2 years running. Huge selection, low used prices here in Louisiana. Clearly marked with our no haggle price. Need payments, rates? Just ask. No filling out any paperwork. A warm welcome to our new owners, Rumble On. Need to sell your bike? It's easy as rumbleon.com. Upload a few pictures and you'll have a cash offer in minutes. Free pickup too. Hammond Harley, serving Louisiana for almost 20 years.
I didn't see him.
Watch for us.
She just came out of nowhere.
See us.
Oh, God, what am I gonna do?
Save us.
Please watch for motorcycles. You might just save someone's life. Motocross? We've got it at GN Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. All the bikes, all the gear, and the expertise to help make you #1 at the track. From beginner to expert, we've got just what you need at GN Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. Come see us today at GN Gonzalez, Louisiana's oldest family-owned power sports dealer. located in downtown Baton Rouge in the shadow of the state capitol.
Race on down to Gian Gonzalez. Becoming #1 starts here.
We're waiting for you!
I didn't see him.
Watch for us.
She just came out of nowhere.
See us.
Oh, God, what am I gonna do?
Save us.
Please watch for motorcycles. You might just save someone's life.
Just putting on leather and sitting on a bike doesn't make someone a biker. And it's easy to tell the posers from the pros.
Same goes for law firms. Just because someone's a lawyer doesn't mean they know motorcycle cases.
At Dudley DeBosier, we've been fighting for injured bikers all over Louisiana for years.
After a crash, get experience on your side. Call Dudley DeBosier. Motorcycle crash? Demand different. Demand Dudley DeBosier. 444-4444.
Support motorcycle safety and encourage other drivers to watch for motorcycles. Purchase a motorcycle awareness specialty plate for your car, truck, or motorcycle. For an additional $25 a year, you can help the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign promote safety, awareness, and training programs throughout Louisiana.
I'm T.W. Robinson. No matter what you ride, put a MAC plate on it and help support motorcycle awareness wherever you go.
Improve your skills. Make U-turns with ease. Tighten your corners and ride with more confidence and greater control. Sign up now for Cajun Thunder's motorcycle skills training course taught by police instructor Mike Richard and Amanda Joe at Cajun Thunder's state-of-the-art facility in Ponchatoula. Take your riding skills to the next level with Cajun Thunder's Rider Advancement Training.
Last week, we learned that Amanda Joe had set a very big goal for herself at this year's Civilian Skilled Rider competition at Daytona Beach. But in order to reach that goal, she would have to beat her own father. Can she do it? Here's Bob Courtney with part 2 of our story.
More than 60 competitors from across the country gathered at Bruce Rossmeyer's Destination Daytona during the last weekend in February for the 2022 Civilian Challenge. It was the second time Cajun Thunder would compete here. The team had its first outing in Daytona just last year and had done well throughout the 2021 season. Today, they were looking to build upon those victories with an even better start to 2022. But for Amanda Joe and her father, Mike Swem, there was a little more at stake. Amanda talked about it just a few weeks before the competition.
Last year, I was novice. My dad was expert. I didn't have any competition against him. But this year, I'm going in expert, and he's expert as well. Last year, it was fun because we kind of had the father-daughter slow ride, and it was all very sweet, and I'm sure it will be again. But this year, it's going to be challenging. I'm going to put up a fight. There's definitely going to be some competition there.
The competition at Daytona consists of 3 major events that are scored. The slow ride, in which competitors must navigate the cones at the slowest possible speed. The challenge run, where they do not get to view the course until riding it. It's a one-and-done event. And last, the precision run, where competitors must navigate the cones as quickly as possible. All, of course, without touching a cone. First up was the slow ride. Mike Swem's slow ride has become somewhat legendary. His police road king seems to defy gravity as he creeps along the course, at times remaining motionless for what seems like forever. Mike had a very good ride. Amanda Joe knew she probably couldn't beat his time, but since the slow ride only counts for 25% of the overall score, she didn't have to beat him here, just finish near the top.
He's got the slow ride right now. It's a one and done, So as long as he makes it through and I make it through, he's got it. But I'm thinking if I'm smooth and steady in the speed and the challenge, I've got a chance.
Amanda did well, including a rather spectacular finish. And with a third-place finish in the slow ride, she was still in the hunt, even though her father turned in the best ride of the day. Next came the challenge run, which makes up another 25% of the score. The course was a difficult one, including some curb jumping and a little grab and toss involving a tennis ball. But Amanda put in a great performance, even making the basket with her throw. In the end, it all came down to the precision run, which makes up the other 50% of the score. All 30 expert riders got 2 untimed runs through the course, and those who made both runs cleanly, without touching a cone, moved into a death match. Only 10 riders made that cut. Amanda and Mike, along with Cajun Thunder teammates Mike Richard and Danny Rhodes, were among those 10. When the smoke cleared and all the points were tallied, Amanda Jo was unable to edge out her father.
I, however, did not beat him this time. But in coming home, we've been practicing so much more, and my goal next time when we go back is to be in that top place.
While Amanda may not have reached her personal goal, her team swept the overall competition, with Mike Richard, Mike Swim, and Danny Rhodes finishing first, second, and third. In all, Cajun Thunder brought home 10 trophies. By the way, Amanda Jo and Mike put up the best ride of the day in the team slow ride, which doesn't count for points. And while it doesn't count for points, it was a great way for them to finish their own personal competition and close out their weekend at Daytona Beach. For LA Rider, I'm Bob Courtney.
Well, Amanda didn't reach her goal, but she isn't giving up. There are half dozen more competitions this year, and she is determined. Keep it up, Amanda. Be sure and join us next week for another great edition of LA Rider. Until then, I'm T.W. Robinson, reminding you that we haven't been everywhere, but it's on our list. See you next week on LA Rider.
God bless chrome cowgirls like us.